Stefano lived in a pretty village, in a small house with a roof that was thatched and walls made of stone. Teeny, tiny windows with red checkered curtains let in little light. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the time before watches, radio or television. Now, Stefano lived with his family of 6 sisters and 2 brothers. There wasn't much room for Stefano in the small cottage at the edge of the woods. Oh, Stefano spent most of his time in the big woods with the woodland animals and the birds as his only companions. I'm going to show you the picture. This is Stefano. Okay. Now, Stefano was 10 years old, but was so small and so thin he could easily be mistaken for a boy much younger. And the village children laughed, ha, 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 at Stefano and his family, who were poor when it came to never having money. Daily the village children teased him, and the children laughed even louder when they heard him speak. For a time he got nervous and he stumbled over his words, and the children teased and called him stupid, stupid. That's working with me. Stefano didn't run with the other boys who were well fed and looked so healthy. Oh, Stefano's mother did her best to make the food go around, but with so many children, it really wasn't that easy. Now, Stefano's father worked in the rich people's house, watching on moonlit nights for poachers. Sometimes he was allowed to bring home some rabbits or fish that was no longer that fresh, and he fed them to his hungry family. But to the master of the big house, he always said, "Thank you." Stefano's mother made soup from the meat and the rabbits and fish, and to the pot she added vegetables from her small vegetable patch, and often she had to chase off hungry rabbits. Sometimes she showed these bunnies some pity and threw them a few carrot tops, which the bunnies greedily ate up. Everyone in the family agreed that the soup tasted so good, and there was enough to go around to feed the constantly hungry family. And these are the rabbits. Okay? Now, in the same village there lived a boy called Alberto, who laughed most of all at the kindly boy Stefano. Alberto was the cruelest of all. He poked Stefano in the eye and made him cry. And he made fun of the kind boy Stefano's thin arms and short, skinny legs. And of course, the quiet boy's nervous stammer. The village children laughed, mostly because they were so afraid of Alberto, for they did not want for him to turn his full attention upon them. They laughed loud and laughed strong. Ha, 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 when Alberto said so. Alberto was big and strong for his age. Alberto was their leader. Alberto's parents were merchants in the large town. Oh, they sold wine and meat and cheese and bread and sweet cakes and much, much more. But they were busy people. They had little time to play or to hunt or to fish with their cruel son, Alberto. Alberto's parents gave him plenty of things, wooden toys, fine clothes, the best of food and sugary drinks. It seemed he wanted for nothing. Most of the day, Alberto spent alone in his big house with only the housemaid as his companion. And the maid took his demands to bring more toys, more shoes, more clothes. Alberto would scream. In turn, the housemaids worked quickly to carry out all his orders. For they knew that Alberto was a cruel boy, and they did not want for him to turn his attention upon them. Out in the village, the children would say, "When Alberto says laugh, we must laugh, for if we do not, he might turn his full attention upon us." And one boy spoke up softly and sadly and said, "Alberto might laugh at my hair that's so red and so thick, and it never sits on my head the way I would like it." hair, said the boy. Do you know what? That's always been my problem. Then another boy spoke up, again, almost in a whisper. Alberto, my glasses, my ears just stick out from my head, and they never seem to look like other children. Do you know what? My ears, said the boy. They've always been my problem. For sure, said the same boy, that Alberto's attention might fall at my ears, and I know wicked Alberto would fall about laughing. He might laugh at my skin, said another small child. It's brown, and not fair like the rest of the village children. My beautiful brown skin, said the child. Now I know. That's always been my problem. So when Alberto said laugh, everyone laughed, keeping Alberto's cool attention from them. No one, for sure, no one wanted Alberto to laugh at their problem. Are we okay for time? That's okay. We lined up. Okay, well, we leave Alberto and the rest of the village. But again, thank you so much for inviting us. Thank you for trusting us. We were able to come and entertain you, and thank you to my own group as well. Thank you very much.